Hey, it's Tan. I love people watching, and I love watching people move around in group situations, whether it's um, for work or whether it's family, amongst family and friends, or in public spaces. I love people watching because there's so many clues that people and tells that people leave on themselves that helps me to understand them. And one of the ways that I can normally pick up clues from a person, about a person, is um, how they shake hands. So through the course of my life and my work, I meet lots of people in social situations, in professional situations. I am often shaking hands with people. And it's a skill that I have honed and developed over the years on how to give a good handshake and receive a good handshake. And I can often tell when I meet someone and I shake their hands, I can usually collect some data about that person based on the quality of their handshake. And then I go back and I unpack that and I debrief that with my team, and then I'll share it with my family as well. And so what I can say is when I shake hands with you, I can normally tell whether you're a confident person or you're a calm person or you're an aggressive person or you're overconfident or you're insecure or whether you're nervous. These are some kind of tells that I can normally tell based on your handshake. And so most of the people that I'm meeting, it's often, well, I mean, I shake hands with women as well, but mostly because I work in construction, I usually shake hands with men. Older, younger, experienced, non-experienced, whatever, I shake hands with mostly men in the field of work that I do. And so within the first few minutes, when you step into a circle or you step into a situation and you go to shake hands with someone, it's really interesting for me to be an observer in this, whether it's a group dynamic, whether it's more than two of us, or whether it's just me meeting someone one-on-one. So when I am shaking hands with people, like based on how firm you are and how firm you shake hands, or how rigorous a handshake is, or the physical what do you call it? The physical clues or markers that you can leave. Like so I'm trying to say, so when I'm shaking hands with people, I can observe. You can either shake hands really confident, really calmly. You can be really aggressive and very vigorous in the way that you shake hands. And then sometimes I get people that don't even manage to shake my hands and don't have a firm grip, or they don't get to my whole hand, or sometimes it's really sweaty. So when I am receiving the information, or when I'm receiving a handshake, I'm collecting data about you before I even say anything, before we even exchange words. I've already starting to create an image of the type of person you are and the person that I'm going to be dealing with. So when I shake hands with someone, and I shake hands with, the kind of work that I do is architects, engineers, consultants, that kind of stuff, or builders. They can be pretty relaxed, but the ones that I go back and tell my family and friends about, the ones I'm going to share with you today, because this will help you understand, and you can then critique your own handshake. So sometimes I shake hands with people and they don't grasp your whole hand, so they kind of just get the tips of it. That comes across as someone that's not a confident person. Or I shake hands with someone and it's really, really, really soft, or it can be really soft, and so I know that person's quite gentle. Or I shake hands with someone and their hands are really sweaty, not because they've just done a workout or anything like that, but when I shake hands with someone and they're sweaty, I can tell that they're nervous. So when I'm trying to understand power and influence, or the kind of dynamics that were at play here, I can tell that person comes across as a nervous person. So whatever we're about to have, what kind of meeting we have, or the situation I'm in, I can tell that they're already a little bit nervous. Then I get some people that are really, really confident, or they're trying to be really aggressive. So they'll grip my hand really tightly, or they'll shake my hand and they want to shake my hand off. So I go back and tell this to my team, because I say to them, and I say this to my children as well, and the young people in my life, that it's really important to have a really good handshake, because you want to come across as someone that's calm, confident, and balanced. And then I will tell them, or I'll share with them stories of handshakes that don't go well, and I'll tell them the reasons why. And often, as an exercise that I have with my staff and with my family and friends, I will say, shake hands with me, and then I'll give them a critique of how their handshake is. And then I'll give them tips on how to improve it. So my kids are teenagers now, And from 5 years old or 6 years old or 7 years old, 5 to 7, something like that, very, very young, I've already ingrained on them and taught them how to have a handshake confident, or how to shake hands confidently. And one of the first things I say is, make sure that you eye contact someone when you're about to have a handshake with them. You walk up, or if someone's coming up to handshake with you, it's eye contact is really important because it's a sign of respect and acknowledgement. And then you shake hands. So when you shake hands, it should be firm, and it should be balanced, and it should be calm, and there should be 1 or 2 shakes, and that's it. And then we'll go and practice. So my kids have been well tuned, and they've had lots of situations where I'm on site and I bring my children along to the site meetings, and they will shake hands with my tradies and contractors. And so they now, at their age, are confident enough to go up and have handshakes with people. And it tells them that they're sort of confident, well-rounded, balanced kids. And so that's a good tell, or a good marker to put out into the world. So, and then when I when I teach my students at uni as well, I share with them this tip, and they're fascinated by the story about, how I can tell so much about someone by their quality of their handshake. And then I say to them, it's important for you young people going out into the world, starting your career, that you present in the world that's going to be also calm and confident as well. So when you go out into your workforces and your workplaces, and you're meeting new people in your professional career, that you come across as you can make a choice as to how you come across in the world, and you can be really proactive about how you and intentional about how you do that, or how you do that, or you can just wing it and make most of what you have. So with me, I am here sharing these tips with you because these are the things that work for me, but also from someone that's sort of, a few steps ahead of you guys, where I am on the other side, where I don't have to go out and prove myself in the workplace these days. And I'm the one that assesses people when they come into my world. They're wanting to work with me, or they're trying to get work from us, or we collaborate together. I'm the one that is collecting data when you shake hands with me, and then I'll be able to tell a lot about you based on your handshake. So if you want to show up in the world in a certain way, one of the ways I would recommend you to do that is to work on, or first of all, understand what kind of handshake style you have, and then understand, based on your handshake, it gives clues to the other person of what kind of person you are. So if that's working for you, great. And if it's not working for you, then here's a challenge for you to work on how to improve your handshake, because your handshake is really important. It's one of your first signs and your first clues to people as to the kind of person you are. I hope that was helpful. Thank you. See you next time.